Okay, so this has genuinely become a theme now, me filming videos 10 minutes before I have to leave for work, just because I get this burst of just, I want to do it now, I don't want to leave it till later. Listen, something's been really bothering me, and once again, another video of me ranting, and a few weeks ago I did a most hated fighter of 2023, like my two most hated fighters, one was Merab and one was Justin Gaethje. But recently, right, I've been rethinking that. I kind of missed someone out who I really have just genuine hatred for at this point, and it's Jorge Masvidal. Can't stand him. Like, truly, he's been really bothering me recently, and it's just like, mate, shut up. You're number 10 or something, number 8 in the welterweight division. I truly just can't stand him anymore. Like, first of all, right, he could have fought Gilbert Burns. Yeah, he's got court cases going on. Yes, he's got this and that to deal with as well at the same time. But you're fine to fight in March. The only reason he wants to fight in March is so if he wins on the undercard of Usman Edwards, he can call out Edwards, hoping Edwards wins or Usman. And he's just been bothering me. Like, first of all, this whole Colby Covington thing, right? It's kind of been a while since it's happened, but I just want to say a few things about it. He was claiming it was because sorry, I've got a new tattoo and the wraps come off it. He was claiming, Colby was slagging off his wife and kids. He wasn't slagging off your wife and kids directly. He was calling you a deadbeat dad and all this and that. He was calling Masvidal a deadbeat dad. He was like, "You're a deadbeat dad, Masvidal," and all this and that. No wonder your wife and kids left. All this. Directly going at Masvidal, and Masvidal, in his stupid, idiotic mind, he's calling up my kids, man. He's calling up my kids. He's saying my kids are slagging off my wife and kids. Da 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 da. So he jumps him like a little bitch. He jumps him, right? And I think he jumped him on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, or it was a Thursday night. And what night is that? A fucking school night. So when Covington is saying, Masvidal, you're a deadbeat father, who's a terrible dad and who's a terrible example for people, Masvidal goes, "Oh, I'm not a deadbeat dad, that's right. I'm going to get back at you by attacking you during the week on a school night when your kids are at home in bed. For the kids to then have their dad on the news, their dad going to prison for that night, being interviewed. Look back at the press conferences, Masvidal. He never once slagged off your wife or your kids. He actually showed respect to your wife. Whatever the fuck her name was. He said, I respect her for putting up with you for so long, and I'm not surprised she took your kids away from you because you're a deadbeat father. And then he showed respect to her because obviously they were sleeping in her apartment when they were training and growing up together. They lived with her. So, you know how it is. Whatever. Truly, the hatred I'm feeling towards Masvidal is immense. I mean, I don't even care. Like, it's nothing personal, Masvidal. I just fucking think you're a little bitch, to be honest. And I think the fact that you're barely fighting and like you fought Usman 2 times and you hitting Edwards backstage for pretty much no reason. Oh man, I sucker punch people. Fuck you, you little rat. Like, I'm not gonna try and sound like a hard nut here, or like, but where I'm from, that sounds so arseholey. In my area, right, if someone was to hit somebody from behind area in Scotland where I live, in town, let's say we're in town, someone hit someone from behind, it's more embarrassing for the person that hit somebody from behind. That's all people will be able to speak about, because it wouldn't be a fair representation of who would win in a fight. It wouldn't be a fair representation of getting even with someone. You're jumping a man from behind and then you sprinted away. You hit him from behind once, then the second time, obviously I think, did he have brass knuckles on and broke his teeth? I think that was a thing. Obviously Covington's teeth were all smashed up. And obviously, I think he's going to get absolutely done for millions and millions. Because, first of all, a few reasons. Covington's going to be able to justify the reason he can't fight. He's a professional MMA fighter. The reason he can't fight is because he smashed up his teeth. He has to deal with the court lawsuits and stuff. So the court are going to be like, right, how much money do you think you'd be making? And Covington will easily be like, oh, I probably would have fought 2 times by now. I'm in my prime. What's that, $1 million and a bit? Potentially with a pay-per-view share. The court aren't going to look into that. They'll just take his word. So, I'm just saying here, Masvidal is a fucking stupid little cunt. And I hate him almost as much as I hate John Jones personally. I love John Jones because he doesn't lose. But then I hate him as a person. Masvidal, he's been losing and now he's refusing fights. And he won't fight anybody outside the top 3 or 4. It's like, mate, come off it. He's old as well. He's almost 40. He's like 38, 37. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, how can you like, I get it, he's made money. And I get it, he's got the fastest knockout in UFC history. But all of that is gone. He got KO'd. Then he got dominated. Then he was dominated again. Then he went and battered somebody after losing to them in a cage. You had your opportunity. I know this is a situation that happened ages ago back in the summer or whenever it was. But like, you had your opportunity. And now, Covington is taking money from you. And guess what that's doing? It's taking money out of your kids' pockets, you fucking idiot. You deadbeat father. That's true. You jumped a man. Then you're now not able to fight and make yourself money. You're having to give a man you hate money in Colby Covington. And guess what? That's taken away from your kids' lives and your kids' livelihood. You know, Colby Covington's character is a character. It's so fake, right? But when he's shit talking, he tells the truth, especially about you, Masvidal. In that press conference, you had nothing to give back to him. You're a deadbeat father. How's paying that alimony payments and all this? And he went, at least I've got the money to do that. It's like, maybe, maybe not. Mate, shut up. Win a fight. Like, just pissing me off. I just was like, sat there enraged by it. And there's rumours about him and McGregor going on tough together. That's it. Masvidal's one of the front runners because it'll be like most likely April, May, June, or like September. When is it they start filming it? Is it summertime just about? Close to summer maybe, because I know it airs in September. So that would make sense. That would make sense because obviously the court case will hopefully be settled by then. Masvidal will need a bit of money. That money fight would be the best thing to ever happen to him. Andy would shit talk and McGregor would shit talk, and that would be a great season. I'm going to make a separate video about that later tonight after work, because I do have to work, unfortunately, which is just so annoying. I wish I could do this for a living and just rant and live stream and stuff. You can help me there. You can subscribe. I'd appreciate that so much. What do you think? Do you agree with me? He's proved everybody that he's a deadbeat father, hitting a man, then having to pay that man off, taking money out of his kids' pockets, going to prison on a school night when he should have been with his kids. Or at least, if he wasn't meant to be with his kids, he should have been at training, or he could have been at home recovering, or he could have stayed out of the news for his kids to wake up to, for his ex-wife to wake up to. Scumbag, scum of the earth, Jorge Masvidal. Thinks he's it. He's really not. He's like, Colby Covington could lose 8 more times, 10 more times, and still wouldn't have as many losses as Masvidal. I know they're cut from different cloths. Masvidal is probably a really tough guy, but I think he's not famous enough, and he's not much of a star enough to justify just acting like a complete cunt. McGregor is different. McGregor, he captivates people. Masvidal doesn't captivate anybody. Masvidal just pisses everybody off. He's like a popular journeyman at this point, and I mean he's going to become after his next fight. If he loses, I think he's going to retire. I think he wants to be a champion before his career's over, and he knows probably if he loses again, he's not going to be a champion in the next 2 years unless he goes on a tear. And I don't think at his age, with his lifestyle and the money he has, he'll be willing to just train and go on a tear like he did back in 2019 when he fought Till, Diaz, Askren. So yeah, point proven, point over. Thank you all so much for watching. Please comment your thoughts on what I've just said. I think I'm completely correct. Thanks very much. Subscribe.